lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. My name is Krista, and I deliver messages to help you align to your soul's most authentic and abundant nature. Winnie is currently with me here today. Sometimes she pops her head into my readings, so her sweet presence is available to you right now. But yeah, so for today's reading, I'm asking the question, what do you need to hear right now from either your inner child or from the children in your life? So if you haven't been to any of my readings before, I'm just going to inform you, most of the time I just start with a prompt, like a simple prompt. I don't get really specific. It's not super structured. I just let myself go down a rabbit hole and see what messages you hear or that you need to hear. So go ahead and choose group number 1, which is being blocked by Winnie. I'm going to move her just so you can see your options. Sorry, baby. So group number 1, which is the Dwarf Larkspur. Group number 2, which is the Dogwood, the pink Dogwood. Group number 3 is a purple iris, and then group number 4 is called the wild blue Phlox. So whichever one's calling you in, pick the corresponding timestamp down below, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. My name is Krista, and I deliver messages to help you align to your most abundant and authentic nature and path. So for today's reading, I am asking the question, what do you need to hear from your inner child or from the children in your life? So I keep my prompts short and sweet, and I just let myself go down the rabbit hole of where the reading wants to take me. And that's what we're going to do today. You chose the Dwarf Larkspur, which is actually native to where I am right now in the Midwest, in the US. So the Dwarf Larkspur symbolizes love, transformation, and resilience. She's going to keep her presence right up here. In the intro, Winnie smashed her a little, so she's a little bit limpy, but it does not affect how absolutely gorgeous she is. So here she is. Yeah, we'll just get right into the reading. So for the first overarching theme card that I pulled, it's from the Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle. Let's see what you have. So we have Green Witch, number 12. No one decision is insignificant. The act of intentionality calls to you. The first thing I thought of with the number 12, this could be a child in your life who is 12 years old, or it could be your 12-year-old self speaking through the reading. Green Witch, no one decision is insignificant. The act of intentionality calls to you. We're being pulled into the present moment. We're being pulled into the magic of the present moment, the power of the present moment. We're being pulled into what I'm feeling like sometimes when I would hang out with my nieces, we would make potions, like fake potions. You know, we'd go around and collect ingredients, and we'd dig a hole at the playground in the rocks, and we'd have our little pot, and we'd create this potion. And there's this feeling of manifesting in this way, in a playful way. If you want to create something big in your life, you want to manifest, anything that you're trying to manifest. There's a message here to do it in the most playful, magical way possible. For instance, instead of be so serious around your rituals, make your rituals play. Make them playful. So, for instance, again, we could even hang out with the kids in our lives and ask them to help you. Say, you can ask them to help you create something and say, hey, if you want to make something happen in your life, you can do it too. And I'm just kind of getting that feeling of manifesting through play and creating this, magical potion that's gonna make something really beautiful happen for each other and for the self. So again, however this ends up resonating for you, I just want you to be open. There's also a message. This is kind of a weird thing to say, but I remember one time when I was a kid, I was playing around, and I was making cool designs on my notebook. And in my innocence, this sounds bad, but I drew a Nazi sign and I was like, oh, this is so cool. It's like a little windmill, you know? And like, I remember like, as I got older, remembering that I had drawn it, like once I realized what it was, and like that kind of being like, oh crap, I shouldn't have drawn that. But like, you know, the symbol itself, the origin of it, I think came from, it was something, I don't really remember the exact details of it, but the message inherent in this is there's this feeling of something being innocent that, or something you've done that's innocent, or a part of you that's innocent, that the world has kind of bastardized in a way and take it and turn it into something evil, you know? I mean, well, that's the extreme end of it. Not evil necessarily, but wrong or something like that. There's that feeling. And whatever's coming up for you, where, like, as I'm speaking, could be what this is referring to, but it's this feeling of, you know, I never knew something was wrong with me until like the 6th grade when that person said that thing, and something that had always been a part of me, and I was so naive or so innocent to it, you know, it's like all of a sudden that was something that was wrong with me. So for instance, in my case, like, you know, when you're growing older and you're, you know, around 5th or 6th grade, like for me, this is kind of a personal story, I guess, but I was starting to grow armpit hair. And I remember this girl like pointing it out and saying like, God, don't you shave your armpits? And like, I never thought it was an issue. I just thought it was a normal thing. And because it is a normal thing. But you know, it's something like that. It's something that's inherent to who you are. It's a natural quality to who you are. And it's like the world kind of casts this negative light on it. And there's just this revisiting of it that wants to occur because it's something that, and obviously the armpit hair thing is just like this, that's like so small compared to maybe an inherent quality of literally your identity or something like that. But yeah, I just want you to, through this reading right here in this moment, I want you to feel acceptance. I want you to remember what it felt like to be naive and like, this is just who I am and there's nothing wrong with it, and feel complete acceptance for that part of you. You're being called to remember that. Remember that all of you is natural and good and accepted and loved, no matter how the world has judged it or bastardized it or tried to warp it and change it into something that it's not. You are good inherently, and those qualities are good, and reclaim them. There's a call to reclaim them. I don't know how I got to that out of creating a potion with the kids in your life or just on your own for fun, with like leaves and acorns and sticks and stuff, to manifest something. But here we are. So I'm going to pull some more oracle cards from the Prairie Majesty Oracle. What else does group number 1 with the Dwarf Larkspur need to hear? And I like that the Dwarf Larkspur is native to where I am. It's that feeling of you just being so good and natural, and all of you being so welcome and healthy and just perfect as it is and perfectly harmonious. Okay, so where do I give and receive? Where do I give and receive? Butterfly milkweed with match. By the way, the animals and plants on these cards are native all to where I am as well, because they're from the prairie lands. So, and then we've got play. What energizes me? The coyote. So just a lot of confirmation here. Like match feels like you are a match for your environment. You are a match for this world. You are natural here. You are meant to be here. With the butterfly, there is some transformation. Oh, and transformation is one of the symbolism points of the Dwarf Larkspur. love, transformation, and resilience. So yeah, transformation vibes, but it almost feels like a transformation into like your original nature, a feeling of comfort and safety and trust in who you've always been, and a weeding out of what what has been invasive in like the homeostasis of your inner landscape, like a weeding out of that, and just getting back to basics kind of thing is the vibe. Like you get to be playful as well. There's this feeling of being an adult doesn't mean that you can't live a magical life anymore. In fact, you have more power to live the life you want. You have more power to orchestrate exactly the life you want and to create magic in your life. Let's see. I think I'm going to just actually get right into the tarot, and I'm going to pull some tarot from the Floral Tarot. What does group number 1 need to hear right now about what does their inner child want to say to them about their childhood, about the children in their life? What do the children in their life want to say to them? All messages regarding childhood and innocence are welcome. Okay, so we've got the Ten of Wands, the King of Cups. The first thing I thought of with the King of Cups is a masculine figure in your life. The Seven of Pentacles, or the Seven of Coins, the Five of Wands. With the Wands, the Five of Wands and the Ten of Wands, well, 5 and 10 is like a feeling of something doubling, and 5 is about like battle and conflict energy. There's Winnie again. Ooh, I love at the bottom of the deck we have the Ten of Cups. So we have 2 tens, which is completion energy, ending of a cycle, being completely done with something. The first thing that came up with the King of Cups next to the Ten of Wands, and then of course the Five of Wands being here, feels like some sort of conflict with a masculine, like it could be a father figure, it could be masculine energy in general in your life. This feeling of restriction, of burden, of weight, of conflict, like that kind of being something that gets in the way of you experiencing your authentic nature and you being feeling comfortable and safe and free, and free to play. So that is just might be a confirmation for some of you. Maybe you grew up with that masculine kind of thwarting of your playful light energy, or judgment. Maybe they judge themselves really harshly, which caused you to emulate that energy and that kind of behavior. Well, I don't know how long. Oh, she just bit me. No, she's going down. Nah. Oh my God. Wow. Get down. Jeez. What the heck, man? I just tried to pick her up and put her down, and she was just like not having it. She's like, no, this is my spot. Jeez. I really wanted to, I just wanted to be able to see the cards. That was the main thing. So Winnie is a very independent, very stubborn. She's not one of those cats you can pick up and like play with and just like they'll do whatever you want. No, she's the opposite. Like everything has to be done with her consent. If she doesn't want something to happen, she's like she was pissed off at me in that moment. That's interesting, especially being over with this Ten of Wands and King of Cups in this battle-y energy, what I was talking about. So with the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Wands, I'm thinking of like ideal versus reality. So ideal, and it can be kind of toxic to have this ideal of what our life should look like and kind of be so stubborn that we won't accept anything but that. Or in another way, it can be a little unhealthy to have an ideal of what life should feel and look like, and if it doesn't look that way, to have any type of like anger towards that, or feel like something's wrong or off, or in a way, I am getting a feeling of a masculine figure. Like with the King of Cups is an emotionally available, which for some reason I've heard people read it as an emotionally unavailable like man, but I don't understand why that would be the case, because Cups is literal like emotional energy, and the King of Cups, of course, that's an emotionally available dude. So mixed with the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, I'm just getting like an imbalanced emotional state of a masculine figure. And there is that feeling of like anger or frustration that things aren't like this 10 of Cups reality. Things aren't exactly how they should be. I think I need to pull more tarot because I'm getting a little... And I'm still curious what the 7 of Pentacles is, but that's really all I'm getting so far. Yeah, there's just like a stubbornness, and this could be your own internal energy. But there's this stubbornness and like a blindness, like not seeing something that's right in front of you because you are so focused on an ideal. And that could be you or someone else, particularly the masculine figure. Okay, so we have 7 of Wands. That makes sense. Stubbornness. The Hanged Man. That's like pause, doing nothing, like stillness. Wow. Another 10. You've got the 10 of Swords. We are going through I think we're like going through a major ending right now. We've got the Queen of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. Oh, here's Winnie again. And she's being stubborn. She typically does not hang around in the reading for as long. She must like the smell of that flower. That's weird. I'm just going to let her hang out here because she's being really like, she wants to be here. I just don't want her to get burned by the candle or anything. All right, Winnie, since you are over here to the right, I'm going to read the cards on the left here. So we've got the Ace of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Hanged Man. And I just looked up at the camera timer. It said 1818. 18 is the number of the Moon card in tarot, which is about the subconscious, hidden beliefs that need removed or need cleared. Ace of Swords is about epiphanies. Page of Wands is about sparks of inspiration. If there is something in your life that has been stagnant or hasn't moved, there's a reason for it. I was just sitting here for a couple minutes, kind of paused, because there was this like stubborn, I mean, literal thing in the way. I mean, look at Winnie. She's sleeping on the table right now. And then with having seen the 1818, the Moon card number, something is being hidden from you, and it's something that's meant to be hidden for now. With the Hanged Man, there's like a shift in energy that needs to happen, a shift in some sort of reality in your life that needs to happen before these epiphanies and divine sparks of inspiration will start flowing into your life to make change in your life. Now I'm thinking of King of Cups in terms of a healthy masculine energy coming in. I think there's a healthy masculine energy coming into your life soon, whether that be your inner masculine, whether that be a person who's in a masculine energy. There is a very healthy masculine energy that's going to support you, that's going to help you shift your perspective, help you feel grounded, help you feel help you feel worthy and like worthy of support, worthy of having your needs met in a way that you can exist in your softness. 10 of Wands is about burden and just like carrying a weight on your shoulders. Oh, I love that there's a little bee at the top of this. That's cute. Bee's the logo for my little flower, so I've got my eyes perked up to bees all the time. But yeah, so if you feel that burdensome energy right now, just trust, because the shift is coming, the change is coming, and a new reality, a new dawning beckons, where you're going to be existing in your flowy, light, playful, free energy a little bit or a lot more in your life. You're going to feel worthy of that. You're going to feel supported in that. You're going to have it reflected back to you in the outside world, that that's okay, that that's actually something that you're meant to experience. So take that as it resonates and open your mind and heart to this masculine presence that wants to exude either through you or wants to come in through another person in your life. Because the next phase of your journey is calling you into play and lightness and softness and connecting more to your truest essence. And yeah, like, you're so worthy of that. I don't know if I feel like I keep saying that. You're so worthy of that. You're so worthy of that. That is how life is meant to be. And I know, especially living in like Western culture, we're constantly told that we must be productive and like we need these like high-powered careers. We need to be constantly busy. Like everything's on our shoulders. It's a very individualistic way where, especially in the United States, where people feel like they need to take care of everything themselves. Nobody likes to ask for help. And you're moving into an era of your life where that's okay, and where the people around you and the energies around you reflect back that truth, that that is okay to rely on your family, on your friends, on your culture, on your support system, your community. There are places, even if you think you're in a community or culture, or you have like the people around you aren't supportive of this, if you really open your heart, mind, and spirit, you will be guided to places that will be so supportive to you in the way that you most need it. And people that will be so supportive to you in the way you most need it. So yeah, there's just a call to open up to that and receive that. And the beautiful thing about that is that like childlike nature of you're worthy of being provided for and cared for just because you are. Just like a child is worthy of being provided for and cared for just because they exist, because they're beautiful and they're worthy and they provide so much. Like they're the future. I think we need to start recognizing that we are worthy because we are, and there are fluctuations in life, and there is a balance that can be struck in life where sometimes you receive from others and sometimes you accept support and help from others, and then other times you're in the position to do the same, to give back. And I think a lot of us have a hard time with the receiving element of that. And that's interesting. This card says, where do I give and receive? You have to receive, I really truly feel like unless you're not unless you're receiving fully what is being offered to you, the support and provision and energy and love and everything that's really truly being offered to you, unless you fully open up to fully receive that, then you won't get yourself into a position to give from a full well. When the time comes where you feel inspired to give, where you want to give, you will be full. You'll be able to do it. So yeah, you're being called to you're allowed. You are allowed to soften, to live in flow, to accept the support that's being offered to you, and to shift give yourself that time to shift your energy and to renew yourself so that you can start to be open to epiphanies and inspiration that will guide you in a direction where you're building your life from a place of that play and lightness, and where the place from which you're building will determine the place in which you're going. So if you're building your life from a place of magic and lightness and play and worthiness, then that is the place, that is the destination as well. The journey is the destination. If you're, on the flip side, and it feels like this group has been in the past building their life more from duty and a bit of burden, a bit of heaviness, a bit of like weight on your shoulders, that is leaving your life. That cycle is ending. You got 3 tens. That cycle is done, I would say. Claim it as done. Even if the remnants and the echoes of it are still present in your life, claim that burdensome, heavy cycle as finished right here and right now. That is what your inner child knows is true, and they're so grateful that you are taking this journey into this playfulness and this lightness. In fact, they're the ones who are helping you to make they're the ones who are calling you there. So they're so grateful, and they feel, just gratitude's coming through. Thank you for taking us in a direction where I'm heard and where I get to breathe and be a part of this life. And really beautiful, really beautiful. And if you're doing it and you do have children or children in your life, they are really grateful that you are setting an example of someone who honors that inner child and someone who honors the need for play, the need for fun and magic in life. So an adult who actually honors that. Every child in your life is so like in awe of that, and they're going to emulate you having been able to witness that as they grow up. So you're doing an amazing job. Even if they do get to witness you going from that burdensome energy to that, like even if there's been guilt or heaviness around being in that burdensome fire, like there was a lot of fire element, like so some of it could be like angry, kind of frustration, burden, like if there's any guilt or any worry that, you're affecting the children in your life in that way, in a negative way, there's this feeling of no, like they're going to witness you shift that energy into positivity, light, magic, and freedom. And they're going to be able to emulate that moving forward. They're going to see that as a lesson. Oh, when I'm in this burdensome, I can shift that. I can change that. That's not something that's permanent. It does feel like with the stubborn energy that's been coming through and with like Winnie wanting to just block all these cards, this feels like the trajectory, and I want to read those cards, and it feels like a sense of being blocked and not being able to move forward and frustration around that. And that block is being removed. I was truly hoping that Winnie would just get up herself and move, but I'm going to have to move her myself, and maybe that's just part of this. Maybe something you're going to have to do is you might even have to make someone uncomfortable, because I don't want to make her uncomfortable. She's sleeping. She's like, I don't want to like piss her off again, but it's like I kind of have to, because I have to do what I'm doing. So I'm gonna lift her up. Oh, see, she was nice this time. There we go. There we go. All right, now we're good. Okay. Breath of fresh air. Let's read the rest of these cards and see what else is going on. Ten of Swords, Queen of Swords. Yeah, that's exactly true. You might have to make a couple people uncomfortable with your boundaries. You might have to set some standards. You might have to like rearrange a few things, and other people are gonna be like, what the hell? Like, why aren't you continuing to, enable me, or whatever the case may be. You get the point I'm saying. Like, might have to take an action that we're worried will make someone uncomfortable. But you see, Winnie just was so chilled. Now she just went over there and laid down. So it's all good. All good. And this Ten of Cups reality, this happy, harmonious, beautiful reality, this, while, this ideal reality can't, like, necessarily sustain itself as it, like, on earth forever, it is something that can exist within you. Like, joy is something that is, it's something like, I've heard that there's a difference between joy and happiness. Happiness is fleeting and joy is forever. Like you can be in a sorrowful experience and then suddenly experience a deep sense of joy out of nowhere. And, it's just like a permanent reality of nature. It's a permanent reality of your nature. It's something that you always have access to if you just open up to it and trust that, this human life that we're on is not meant to be perfect, but there is perfection in every moment Like, there is joy in every moment to be found. There is beauty in every moment to be found. And with the Seven of Wands, protecting that truth within your being. And like earlier when I moved the cards, I kind of saw the Devil card. And it just makes me think of not letting negative thoughts and negative energies seep into your being and convince you that life is not beautiful, or that you are not blessed, or you are not worthy of joy, or you are not worthy of happiness. Please do not let anything, like if something's been doing that and getting at you and convincing you that something's wrong or something's off and things aren't exactly how you want them to be, so you feel disappointed, like we need to approach that, and we need to rid ourselves of, we can't really necessarily always rid ourselves of the thoughts or the negative thoughts or energies, but we can decide that we're not going to be convinced by them, that they're not going to dictate who we are, what we get to have, how we get to experience life. We get to be happy. We get to be joyful. We get to look around and see all the blessings and be grateful, no matter what, because life is too short to be worried about all the things that are outside your control. Protect your peace. Defend your peace. And do it relentlessly until the day that all of that negativity, all of those energies that have ever tried to affect you negatively, continue protecting your peace and your truth until one day the new patterning is joy, is freedom, is gratitude. It can happen. Seven of Pentacles is coming full circle now. Seven of Pentacles is about watering your garden over time and reaping your harvest every year, continuing, starting another garden, like doing it consistently. Like we have to do this every season that the time comes to either plant the seeds, to till the land, to water the garden, to reap the harvest. Like there's always something. And then of course there is the time of rest as well. But this is what it means to live on earth. And so if we're letting ourselves get like convinced that since things aren't ideal, there's something wrong or we should be unhappy, that's on us. That's your choice. So we have to realize that it's our choice of how we want to live this life and how we approach it. And whether we see things through darkness or through light and hope. And yeah, this very much feels like a watering of our internal garden and creating that health and being that representation of true freedom and joy and worthiness for ourselves, for our inner child, and for the children in our life, so they can see that they're worthy of it as well. And doing the hard things, taking those action steps, even if it makes others uncomfortable or makes you uncomfortable, doing those things to make sure that we're creating the life we choose and not letting life choose for us. Alrighty, I think that is it. Group number 1 with the Dwarf Larkspur. Thank you so much. I'm really honored to channel these messages for you. If you'd like to be supported by me in a deeper way, I have a Patreon where I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month, along with 1 infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing. Currently, I probably have at least 12 or 13 readings and then 6 or 7 infinite prayer sessions available on there. So if you sign up, you'll have access to all of those. Winnie's ready to go. One second, Winnie. I know, the reading's over. 1 second. But yeah, otherwise you can check out my merchandise. It has my Bee and Flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it. You can support me by tipping me / leaving me a coffee. You can check out my other YouTube channel. It's called Soul Harken. It's my heart and soul in video form. Or you could, what else is there? Check out other infinite prayer sessions. I think that's it. If not, just, you can see if I have any personal readings available down below as well. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm honored by your presence, and I hope I see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. My name is Krista, and I deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's Pick a Flower reading, I'm asking the question, what is it that your inner child would say to you? Or what do you need to hear right now from the children in your life? So really, I just want to tap into that inherent innocence, that inherent childlike nature that you have deep within, and provide that part of you some comfort and just whatever it is that you need to hear right now. And the inner adult, of course, as well, what they need to hear as well too. You chose the pink dogwood, which represents rebirth and resurrection. And it's actually native to Eurasia and North America, but specifically Southeast Canada and Eastern US, which I thought was really significant because I am soon moving to Southeast Canada. So I was really excited to hear that. And I thought I've been using these dogwood flowers in a lot, on my Patreon reading and here, and because I have a tree right out front. So I have a plethora of them, an abundance of them, so why not? But yeah, I just think that's a really good sign. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get back into your reading. I'm going to put your dogwood flowers right up top here just to kind of be a presence for us. And I chose a card from the Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle as an overarching theme. And you got Mermaid with number 24. Let the allure of the mystical siren seduce your curiosity. Magic awaits. 24 reduces to 6, so this could be your inner 6-year-old or a 6-year-old in your life. Could also be a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. But yeah, let the allure of the mythical siren seduce your curiosity. Magic awaits. Interesting. And it looks both underwater and in space, this card and the energy of it. There are moths, there are seahorses, there are stars, but there are also fish. So that kind of air and water element combo. It's giving me moon card energy, which has a lot to do with the subconscious. We could be tapping into some subconscious beliefs that we took on during childhood, possibly. But ultimately, I think this is a very childlike card, especially with the mermaid. Maybe some of you loved mermaids as children, or loved The Little Mermaid. Or maybe you have children in your life that love mermaids, and that might be for a reason. There's a feeling of the ocean being very healing for you, or water being very healing for you. Let the allure of the mythical siren seduce your curiosity. I feel like you're being beckoned into something new and something beautiful and artistic almost. There's something very artistic feeling and watery and creative and intuitive. Like you're being beckoned forward into some sort of craft or a gift of yours that you have yet to explore. So we'll see where this leads us. I'm going to pull a couple cards from oh my gosh, last time I forgot to use the Gateway Oracle. I think I'm going to use them in this reading. Let's see what the Gateway Oracle has to say for you. All right, we have Receiving from Angels. That's beautiful. Shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. And Savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. All right, I'm also going to pull a couple cards from the Prairie Majesty Oracle. Okay. Lots of cards are flying out here. Okay, there was too many, so I got to keep going. 4 cards flew out, so there could be something significant with the number 4, considering it showed up here too. or someone who's age 4, something that happened to you when you were 4, or someone, yeah. Where am I ready to leap forward, jump with grasshopper? And am I ready to be seen? Bald eagle and soar. Okay, I'm getting the vibe right now, like of like a child, and this could be you, but there's a feeling of a child who wants to put on shows, like does dance shows for people, wants to show off their art, wants to be seen, wants to be like performing, wants to be out there, wants to be like, I don't know, yeah, just have lights, like the spotlight on them. And they're not, it's like when you're a kid, and a lot of kids are shy and don't like that, but there are some kids that fully embrace that and fully, it's like a part of their nature. And there's this feeling that that's inherent in you, wanting to be seen. And your inner child wants to be seen. There's a part of you that needs to be seen. And this thing that you're being beckoned forward into, this creativity, this pleasure, it feels like you're being guided, like with receiving from angels, and you are so protected in this as well. Like no matter what, if you start showing up with what it is you have to offer this world, you are so protected and safe in doing that. I just want to remind you of that. You're protected from criticism. Not going to say, you wouldn't get any, but you're protected from that hurting you or that affecting you in a negative way. You're protected. You're completely held in that. So all it really takes is kind of ripping the Band-Aid off and showing up and doing the thing or sharing the thing, whatever resonates for you and what it is you feel called to share. It feels very much like poetic. Like some of you might write poetry. Some of you might write in general. Some of you might do art. Some of you might be performers. Just whatever it is that it's a feeling of whatever it is that you have to give or you want to do in this world, that when you go to do it, you feel fear, like you feel afraid to show up within it, but it's like a calling. It's that feeling. And you're meant for it. You're meant to be seen. Your gifts are meant to be shared. Otherwise you wouldn't have them. With where am I ready to leap forward and jump, it's reminding me of a quantum leap. And there's this feeling of, if you just rip the Band-Aid off and show up, you'll see that everything's okay, and you'll process things, like your nervous system and your body will get on board. Like I'm thinking of breath work, I'm thinking of like exercise. Like if you have tools to help your nervous system along the way on this journey of showing up and sharing yourself, you will be okay. And you will slowly and steadily get used to it, and it will become a new normal, and you will be able to find those boundaries that feel right for you, and you will be able to weave and live within, it's like a feeling of going out and showing yourself and being seen and sharing your gifts and being open, and then being able to retreat and come home and cut all that world off. Like we're not looking at anything with that. I'm able to just retreat back in and have my privacy as well. There's a really beautiful balance coming through. You're meant to soar. You're meant to do something amazing. What you have to give is ready to be seen, ready to be embraced by the world. I'm going to start pulling the tarot. I'll start with the floral tarot. It's a soul need of yours to be seen. Ever since childhood. And don't be ashamed to put yourself out there. It's not about ego. It's just about soul. Oh, we got a lot of cards just like flying out. You got the Empress. That's amazing. You have so much to give. I feel like once you rip this Band-Aid off and you start showing yourself or start giving of yourself fully in the way you really want to do it, in the way where you are like finally like taking the full mask off and just doing the thing imperfectly and just trusting in it. There's a feeling of like overflow, like you just having so much spill out of you that it's like you can't, it's like an instinct. You can't ignore it anymore. It starts like once you open the gate, it just like, or once the dam breaks, it's just like pouring through and flooding through. So that could feel overwhelming. I could see that being overwhelming because you have so much to say and so much you want to share. There's this feeling of like rebuilding the dam after it breaks, like it's overflowing, and then like it kind of oh, that's interesting. I had a beaver symbolism that was similar to this in another reading recently. I don't remember if it was on Patreon or on YouTube, but yeah, there was this symbolism of like a flood coming in and breaking the beaver dam, and then the beaver has to go and like kind of think their dam, rethink what, like how they're going to build this. And so they make it bigger and better and stronger, and they're able to withstand the flow that's coming through. So maybe you'll be able to like expand your capacity for channeling what it is you want to channel in this world and give what it is you want to give. Yeah, because there's just this feeling of like a little drip becoming like a roaring river, and then you regulating yourself and getting used to it. It might be overwhelming at first, and then you figuring out a way that it makes sense for you. And then it just being this beautiful part, effortless part of your life that you could never dream of it not being a part of your life. Okay, we have Three of Cups. I love that. Three of Cups is about other people celebrating you, or just other people celebrating in general. There's a feeling of external support with and like a playful energies coming through, a love, a freedom. I'm gonna keep pulling cards and see what else. Ooh, Queen of Cups. You have really beautiful cards that are coming out, like emotional, like that Queen, the Cups energy, the Empress, very feminine. I think a lot of you are artists. That's what I would venture to guess. Another Cups card. Aw, Page of Cups can be about children and playfulness, lightheartedness, joy. There's something, your life is changing for the better, and I think the more you truly show up as yourself and you share what you have to give, the more people will come into your life because they recognize you. It's like the people who are like your tribe, or the people who like get you and get what you're offering, or it's like just people kind of recognizing you. That's the feeling, and resonating with you and having great gratitude for you. And I don't know, there's a really beautiful energy coming through. Wow, Eight of Cups, another Cups card. That's insane. Ooh, the Tower. Eight of Cups and the Tower make sense together in a way. Eight of Cups is about walking away from what no longer serves. The Tower is about like your foundation shifting and things changing, sometimes erratically or instantaneous, like just your world being rocked. Sometimes it's a lot. Other times it's more subtle, but Justice. Interesting. Whew, and the Magician. Okay. So you can have anything you put your heart and mind to. You can create anything you put your heart and mind to. There's a feeling of wanting to see change in the world and recognizing your power to be a part of that change. I'm going to pull just one more tarot card from the Flower Child Tarot, just for clarification with this walking away and Tower energy. Eight of Cups and Tower. The Eight of Cups with the Moon there. Moon energy is really strong here, like Moon card energy. I don't think it's associated with Virgo in typical interpretations, but for some reason the Moon card to me is associated with Virgo. So Virgo season or Virgo energy could be important. Okay, interesting. So I was curious what the Eight of Cups and the Tower was about, and we got the Three of Swords. So we're walking away from, this is a good thing. We're walking away from a way of life that was marked by pain and suffering. There's a feeling of walking through heavier energies that it's like a necessary but very difficult period of life where we are processing heavier things and healing from heavier things, maybe even healing from childhood wounding. And that patterning alone, so it's making me think of, okay, say we had some childhood trauma and it was latent and it wasn't triggered. It was kind of just in the back of our minds most of the time, or maybe not in our thoughts at all. And it's something that affected like our relationships. And this is just an example. And say that gets triggered and it's time to process it. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, this is here and this is present and I see it and I feel it and I know exactly how it's affecting my life and I can't ignore it anymore. I need to heal this. I need to go to therapy. I need to, whatever it is we feel called to do to heal or process it. So then we have this phase in this journey of processing the heavy stuff. And then when we're done processing it, it feels like sometimes you can still be stuck in that pattern of like looking for the negative in a way. And I guess that Virgo, I was mentioning Virgo, that can be very like no stones left unturned. I want to like, it's like clinging to every little fragment to make sure it's, you know, you've observed it, and it's very meticulous, and it's a little too hypercritical, or it can lean into that. There's this feeling of that patterning finally being over and your ability to embrace joy and embrace like an experience of exuberance and full expression and being seen and like coming out of your cave and like being full. This resonates with me. This message anyway in particular resonates with me, and I'm going to claim it. But yeah, there's just a feeling of your nervous system finally being back on board with experiencing just regular joyful days and feeling like high self-esteem regularly and feeling light and airy and free. We have this savoring pleasure. I fully embrace bliss in my life. There's actually a message here to moving forward. While in the past, maybe you've looked for moments to help you process heavier stuff, like healing, like moments for healing. Like if you wanted to go through a walk in nature, it was like to help you process things and just to help you decompress. And now it's like, I'm going for a walk in nature to admire the beauty of nature, to feel one with nature. Like it's like your nervous system's hardwired to experience that joy even more deeply because of all the work that you've just done. So yeah, we're ending that cycle of pain and suffering and trauma processing. We're done. It's over. And I think it might be coming unexpectedly. Like this, like with the tower can be unexpected. It's like, and like justice being right next to it and the scales balancing, it's like you're almost surprised by how quickly you're able to shift into the joyful state and the exuberant state and the like feeling alive and a part of everything. And I love that the 3 of Cups is here. That's like feeling connected to your community, feeling connected to life on earth, you know, and kind of like seeing yourself through the eyes of others as opposed to just in your own internal world and state. So yeah, this quantum leap is into just a new way of being in the world and like you being in your healed state. And that's only just. You've processed everything you need to process. You've done the work. You've healed what needed to be healed. You've atoned for what needed to be atoned for. It's done. And you're so worthy of this new phase of your life. Also in this new phase, you are walking into a sense of knowing that you have everything you will ever need to create whatever it is that you want to create in your life. That message came through earlier. You can create whatever it is you want. Whatever it is you put your heart and your mind to, you can make it happen. Sky's the limit. Do not like diminish your dreams. Do not limit yourself. Trust in the path that's set before you and accept that things won't always be perfect. But please do not tell yourself that a dream that is on your heart and that a dream that you know your inner child craves and wants, and like this healthy, beautiful dream, this pure dream, please do not tell yourself that that's not like exactly possible, because it is. It may not look exactly like how you expected it to, but what does? That's how life on earth works. But the epitome of the dream is still viable, and I want you to hold on to it. So whatever dream that like is coming in your mind right now that you have started to like sweep under the rug and think, okay, well maybe that won't happen for me, but that's okay. Just like stop that and claim it back. Like don't sweep it under the rug. Claim it back. There's something there. Maybe some elements of it or some expression of it, how you thought it might come to be, will look different, but the dream is still alive and you get to have it. Just trust in that and reclaim it, and get creative in how you can manifest it, and just like start visualizing interesting, unique ways of how it could start to come about in your life, or how it could look as a part of your life. Kind of, if you want to sweep the old idea of what you thought it would be like under the rug for now, just so you can open your mind up, like, oh, okay, well, I have this dream, and ultimately, what's that dream provide? Like, what would that dream provide me with? It would provide me with a sense of love, connection, freedom, whatever it is. And then, okay, well, I'm looking for love, connection, freedom, color, light, expansiveness, adventure. I'm looking for that. So, or whatever it is for you, those feelings. How could that those energies and those feelings and those like senses of those like qualities, how could those be expressed? There's so many, like the universe is so much more powerful than you can ever imagine, and the world has so many more opportunities than you could ever imagine for things to come to fruition for you. So start to just open your mind, because I think like if we're thinking something has to come to be in like one exact perfect way, I think we're closing ourselves off to like how many other ways it can come to be. So yeah, that's kind of what's coming out of that Magician card, really. You can create whatever you want, but limitless possibilities of how it comes. So it's like there's like a wand here. It reminds me of like a magic wand. So it's like wield your magic wand, but wield it based off of emotion and qualities, and not like physical representations of those emotions and qualities. But yeah, so what else? Like, I just feel like there's such an abundant energy like coming for you, and like a feeling of power and a love and fullness. There's a feeling of gratitude and just dreaming. Sky's the limit. And existing in that state with joy and trust. All right. Is there anything else that wants to come through? I kind of want to pull a few more cards from the Flower Child card or tarot. I only pulled a few, so. I know my question is, you know, a message from your inner child, and I haven't mentioned children or inner child a lot in this reading, a little. But I guess we'll just, maybe this is what you need to hear right now. This is what your inner child needs to hear. This is what you need to hear. This is what your inner child would say to you. Okay, hold on. Let's see. What else? Maybe like 2 more tarot cards. Okay. Ooh. Knight of Cups. Oh my gosh. And the Star. We got like such confirmation. Oh, I kind of want to cover up the 3 of Swords. Oh, 2 cards just came. I want to cover up the 3 of Swords just because, well, do I? I kind of wanted to like, because that chapter is done. So, but the 2 Cups, sorry, I'm like all over the place in this moment. I feel like flustered, and the Knight of Cups is like a romantic. So some of you could be opening up to romantic options. But, okay, hold on. Yeah, and then we got the 3 of Cups again. Which this card in particular, I'm going to cover up. it's not technically, it's a drawing. It's not nudity, but I see like Kino and Aso Tarot covering these up, and I'm like, I don't want anything to happen to my channel either. But King of Pentacles, okay. Some masculine energies, because that was very feminine and flowy and childlike and beautiful. Masculine energies starting to kind of come in now. King of Pentacles is this solid foundation, or like a man or a masculine energy that has this beautiful solid foundation. Very supportive energy. The Star is the epitome of everything I've just been telling you about sky's the limit and dreaming big, and it can allude to healing as well. All right, one more. And then the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Typically, the Four of Pentacles sometimes has this air of like clinginess or having a hard time letting go. But I'm more so with this card getting this like, I'm so grateful for what I have. I wouldn't ask for anything more. This is all I ever needed and all I ever will need. It's giving me like home vibes, family vibes, like living like the dream kind of home life and just being so contented in that. And it's like there's a feeling of not realizing just how much you needed that, and just how much feelings of safety and comfort and support and stability that's going to bring you, and how much you need that for your ability to exist in this dreamier, flowier, artistic, free, exuberant state. Like it's like you need solid foundation to stand on, and that's just as much a part of your dream life as like the bigger, crazier, more wild dreams that you have. So there's a need, yeah, it feels like a need to go into our root chakra and to feel what that would feel like as a part of your visioning process, as a part of your dreaming process, as a part of what it is that you want in this life, your home life. Envision the ideal home life. And it's not even a vision, it's a feeling. It's a rooted feeling. I feel like in my body, like when I'm talking about it, it feels like a root chakra. It's in my legs. It's like my feet, how they're connected to the ground. This, like a homestead, like a home, like your dream home. Maybe some of you already are in your dream home and this is just confirmation. But if you are still dreaming of like your dream home, in the material world, there's a message that it could come sooner than you think. And if there's another message, if you're looking for a partnership, a romantic partnership, that could come sooner than you think, and they could play a part in you achieving this dream of having this dream home just much sooner than you think. And it's so much more possible, and I think we need to focus more on that as a part of like where we're going in our life. It's like a feeling of I'm rooting into that reality as possible, because yeah, like sooner than you think. There's just like an all-encompassing, balanced feeling here with where we're going and what we're creating in our life. It's like, yeah, this balance between the masculine and feminine, the higher and quote lower, the earth and heaven, the north and the south, the east and the west, like everything just being balanced out. And you feeling like in this state of safety and balance and pleasure and joy, and you able to create and show up from that space and change the world from that space. And that being such a huge priority, like it needs to be a higher priority. It's more important for you to have this rooted, stable, grounded, supported, like home base. So continue to manifest that, or if you already have manifested that, stand in gratitude and know that from this place, you are so free to create and just create your wildest dreams. But you always have this home base to come home to. Alrighty, group number 2. Are we only on 2? I feel like I've been sitting here forever. But I guess these readings are going to be a little long, so that is cool. But yeah, group number 2, thank you so much for being here. I'm honored by your presence. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply, I do have a Patreon where I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month, along with 1 infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing. The link down below if you'd like to check that out. You can also check out my merchandise. It's adorable. It has my bee and flowers logo with the phrase, "Hello, lovely human." You can see if I have any personal readings available. You can leave me a tip / buy me a coffee. Or lastly, you can check out my other YouTube channel. It's called Soul Hearken. It's my heart and soul in video form. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. My name is Krista, and I deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, I'm asking the question, or at least my prompt is, what is it that your inner child would say to you? Or what is it that your inner child needs to hear? What is it that the children in your life would say to you? We're kind of just focusing on that childlike energy that is a part of you and surrounds you. And we're just channeling a message from that space. So you chose the purple iris, which symbolizes royalty, wisdom, and respect. And I agree. Look at this beautiful baby. I'm going to show you up close because, I mean, come on. Look how beautiful. The yellow fuzzies on the petals. Gorgeous, gorgeous. It's making me think of, I did this meditation once that was, I created the meditation and then I wrote it and then I was like, let me practice this myself. And I recorded it and I listened to it, and it was like finding a totem, like a spirit totem. And mine was the iris. And it was very like divine feminine energy, just like sensuality was coming through. I don't know if that'll relate. We're kind of talking about like childlike energy here. So I don't know if that relates at all. A fully healed and whole person can help you tap into more of like your sensual nature. And a fully healed and whole person includes your inner child and integrating, childhood trauma and everything. So it could be related to something. So let's see. Your first card that I pulled is from the Seasons of the Witch Litha Oracle. And it's going to be kind of like an overarching theme or just an initial message. And you got Heather, number 14. You are worthy, my dear. Silence the noise that strips you of your peace. Aw, this does feel very much like healing childhood wounding and trauma. And Heather is making me think of like a best friend I had in high school, and into adulthood we were friends as well. But she had a lot of childhood trauma. She had lost her mom when she was in the 1st grade, I think. Of course that would cause a lot of issues. I think we're going to be talking about healing childhood wounds in this reading. You are worthy, my dear. Silence the noise that strips you of your peace. Yeah, I'm getting like an emotional feeling as I even just look at this image. She's hanging a wreath on the door. It's like a celebratory wreath. There's a feeling of celebrating because we've truly overcome a cycle. We've truly healed things. Again, 14, I've been noticing the numbers are lower numbers, which like 14 reduces to 5. So this could be like a 5-year-old in your life, your 5-year-old inner child, or your 4-year-old or a 1-year-old, But yeah, let's just go ahead and pull some more cards to get some more context. I'm going to pull some cards from the Prairie Majesty Oracle. This could be something about like motherhood or like mother wounds, because the iris does make me think of like feminine, more so feminine energy. Okay. we have defend. Am I fully claiming my authority? Badger. It's like an inner protector, really. There's this inner protector that's a part of you that is truly defending your inner child and keeping her safe, or him safe, or them safe. It's, yeah, we'll see what else comes through. And whoa, burn, wildfire. What is ready to go so I can grow? Damn. Yeah, this is, there's a feeling with the burn and the defend of you needing that part of yourself, that ferocious inner part of yourself, to protect yourself, and you finally getting yourself to a place where that inner fierce protection isn't even, like, they don't need to be on guard anymore. Like, they don't need to be, like, the guard dog's off duty, like, he's retired and he can finally relax. And that's kind of like part of your internal state you're walking into. I'm going to pull a couple more cards from the Gateway. Gosh, the word gateway, the Gateway Oracle, like, that feels really strong for you as well. Like, you're walking through a gateway, like with the wreath here on this card. It's like, it's making me think of a circle, like a portal or a gateway to a whole new way of being. It's almost like there's a feeling of initiation. It's like an initiation that's over and it's done, and it's like you've found yourself strong. You've found yourself not only worthy, but you're able to finally see how powerful you are and how strong you are and how much your voice is more powerful than the voices within that have tried to make you feel less than or tear you down. Okay. Following your bliss, my soul sings with joy. Some of you could be singers, or maybe as a kid you liked to sing, even if it was bad. Like, there's this feeling of singing with so much joy, or maybe you played an instrument. There's a woman playing a flute. She's on a unicorn. Yeah, that's a very childlike energy. Expecting miracles. Miracles are blossoming in my life. Miracle healing. I feel like you're going, like, miracle healing is available to you right now. That's the feeling. All right, I'm going to pull cards from the Floral Tarot. Yeah, there's, like, I heard, it is done. It is over. It is done. It is over. You have made it. You are on the other side. Trust in where you're going. 3 of Swords. Trust in where you're going. Let go of where you've been. You are healed. You are healed. You are healed. The Chariot. Trust in what's carrying you through. The determination that you've embodied up until now will carry you through the rest of your journey. You can let go and trust in your inner trajectory and guidance to carry you through this portal. Let go and trust. Let go and trust. Let go and trust. You are ready. 9 of Pentacles. Page of Swords. 7 of Wands. The Star, the 5 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles. I think we're going to leave it at that. Actually, maybe one more. A lot of tarot cards today. Well, a lot of tarot cards for you anyway. I feel like this is going to tell a story. And lastly, Temperance. You are at the light at the end of the tunnel. You're there. You've made it. You don't have to worry anymore about the heaviness of the past cycles dragging you down or holding you back or affecting your self-concept, affecting who you are, your identity, your ability to show up in the world in a healthy way. you don't have to worry about it anymore. You can let go and you can trust. Your inner child feels safe. You are safe. Your inner child is safe. If you have children, your children are safe. You've achieved a sense of safety within your being, and therefore you have achieved a sense of safety within the world. You have broken cycles. You have healed people that you'll never know you healed. There's a feeling of breaking ancestral wounding. Like this, a cycle ending with you. And because of that, you saving thousands of people or more from having to endure perhaps what you've had to endure, or your parents or your ancestors. There's a feeling when it comes to your ancestors and their acknowledgement of this cycle you've broken. There's a feeling that of deep gratitude. I'm getting a feeling of, I'm sorry. There's like messaging coming through. I'm sorry we weren't able to break this. I'm sorry that we perpetuated this. I'm sorry that this fell on you. There's a reverence here, like a deep, deep gratitude and honor for what you've endured and how you've handled it. And it's like a submission to your wisdom and in your truth and what you've enacted within your bloodline, or like humanity's bloodline in general. It's like you're healing your ancestors by stopping this cycle. And they're forever grateful and honored that you are, I guess, are you their ancestor? Does that make sense? What would you, like, you're their, what is that called? Like if someone's your children or your grandchildren, like they're more your legacy, I guess. Legacy? Heritage? Inheritance? Benefaction? Anyway, I don't know why I was curious. I've never thought about that. It's like, are you your ancestor's ancestor? I don't know. Does time even really count? We have the Seven of Wands. It's completely in congruence with this Defend card. That's what the Seven of Wands is about. There's a hand poking through here, and it's a feminine hand, and there are like tribal tattoos on the ring, on the fingers and around the wrist, and it's giving me warrior fighter vibes. Someone who has held firm to the truth of their morality, to the truth of their sanctity, their goodness, to the holiness of humanity, and staked that claim within themselves, no matter what they had gone through or no matter what had been projected upon them. Like this being you. Your power and your warriorhood is incredible. We have the Star card here. And a lot of times, and I look at this Star card. It's the iris that I showed you, purple with the yellow fuzzies. That's amazing. This Star card is evoking your dreams coming true of seeing the world healed. So whatever it is that you've healed and you've processed, it's you using your newfound clarity, your newfound healed state, and wisdom to affect the world in whatever way you feel called to affect it. There is a call to dream big in terms of how you want to see the change you want to see in the world, and recognizing that you can play a part in that in a powerful way. That there are others who have the same dream and who will be on board with your dream and who will find you the more you show up and you speak about this dream. You know it doesn't have to be this way. I keep wanting to turn this Five of Pentacles upside down because Five of Pentacles is about lack, but upside down or reversed, it just feels like... And then there's these snowflakes that were at the bottom of the card, and then upside down, they're like falling on the card, and everything's kind of like falling downward. And it feels like just the message, you know it doesn't have to be this way. And you can make a difference. And you're put on this earth to make a difference. You're meant to help give to others where you were not given to. You're meant to help protect others when you were not protected. You're meant to shine light on places within our collective humanity that need light shone on it. You're not afraid to shine light in the dark. You're not afraid to be the light in the dark. 1616, as I looked up the camera timer, 16 is the number of the Tower card. And the Tower card is about foundations shifting and structures that have held old ways in place and shifting and changing and crumbling. And you being a part of that. You're not going to let things slide anymore. You're not going to just think this is just the way it is. You're going to be an agent of change and healing. And you know that, and temperance is about this alchemical healing, this processing of pain and turning it into gold, turning it into beauty, turning it into love and wisdom. And you are going to play a part in that as part of your life purpose. You can do that, and you will do that. And you don't need money to do that. You just need your voice and a will to make a difference. I mainly was reading these cards just now, but now I want to look over here. The Page of Swords seems to be standing alone. And the Page of Swords is making me think of a new venture that you may be going on. Swords is air element, which has to do with like your voice. It could be something with writing or speaking or kind of ideas. It could be something like brainstorming. There's a seed within you that wants to sprout. And it's just the beginning, and that's okay. Even if you feel like you can't do much right now, to follow this inner light and to follow this inner purposeful journey, there's always going to be a next step that's doable for you. And your call in each moment is to find that next step, as simple as that, and execute that next step when the time feels right. And all you have to do is follow these breadcrumbs, follow these steps, and eventually it will trickle and turn into something that it will have a life of its own. And more people, like you'll meet others who have the same vision, the same dream, and it will all eventually add up and change the world for the better. You're meant to follow those tiny little breadcrumbs and hold on to your dream. Just because you can't do the big things yet doesn't mean you can't do anything. Find the little anything and do it. All right, I'm going to pull some cards from the Flower Child Tarot. This is my turning shit into gold group. Amanda Francis says that. She's like, turn shit into gold. Like whatever you're thrown, like whatever shitty stuff that's thrown at you in life, it's like you have this uncanny ability to turn it into gold, to alchemize it into gold, into something beautiful that makes the world better. Everything stops with you. Like if something comes to you that's negative, like you're able to process it in a healthy way and make something good of it. Not that you should be a punching bag or a dumpster for anybody's bullshit. Don't get me wrong. But you are very adept, and you could teach a lot of people of how to process their pain and process their hurt and turn it into beautiful things. Maybe that's part of your purpose. All right, we've got the Eight of Wands. Okay. Eight of Wands is like fast forward motion, like things happening all at once. So I think that's a good sign. I think quick change. I think, like I did mention, you're at the light at the end of the tunnel. You're there, period. And I think you're going to be amazed by how fast things are going to shift for you. Page of Cups has come out a lot, I think. It feels like, I know it was in here in group number 2. Playfulness, joy, lightheartedness, childlike energy. Let's keep pulling cards because I need more context. Oh, you got Temperance twice. Yeah, this is, I think, that alchemical healing, that processing, that it's such a huge hallmark of who you are. And I think you teaching people, or at least exhibiting this in some form and expressing it in some way, and showing other people that they could do it too, like that's a huge, like it doesn't have to be like direct. It can just be through what you create or like what you do. But I think this is what people will get from your work, like in a way, like, oh wow, like it doesn't matter what I'm handed, I can turn it into something beautiful. Like that's like a lot of the messaging that will come through in what you do. Wow, the Emperor. You are safe, you are rooted, you are solid, you've got this. Like you are a powerhouse. Whatever it is you've been through and processed, you have done an amazing job, and you've become this wise, beautiful, grounded, rooted leader, and protector and provider. The Seven of Swords. Okay, interesting. I think I'm going to pull one more. And the World. The World is about completion of cycles, so I'm not surprised to see that. Okay, and I think one more. Ooh, the Magician. Okay. You're being called to get real about the change you want to see in the world. You're being called to envision what it is like that you want to do to make positive change on this earth in your lifetime, in your entire lifetime. Like think about how many years you have left on this earth, hopefully, you know, and envision, like meditate, pray, get into a state of being where you are feeling that sense of worthiness to be that agent of change. And well, okay, if I had the power and the resources, like with the Emperor here, and the stability to do this, to make this difference, what would I do? To believe this is possible, to believe it is possible to be enacted through you. What would you do? Write it down, meditate on it for like days or weeks, ingrain it into your being, and know this is what you're going to do. And how it comes to be, the journey will be the journey. And the steps will reveal themselves along the way. But I know ultimately this is what I want to see. I want to see this type of healing. I want to see, you know, maybe children being protected or kept safe, or provided what they need to thrive and be happy. Or maybe I want to see people having resources they need to heal from childhood wounding, or just to heal in general from the trauma of being human, right? Like, I don't know what it is that you're dreaming. And it could be something about like saving the earth and like leaving this earth behind to the children that come behind us, like the generations behind us, and as healthfully as we can, fighting for this earth, fighting for our species, literally. Like whatever it is that you feel called to do, I know you can do it, and you have all the resources that you need to do it. And it's just a step-by-step journey, and just never let go of that. That is a part of your purpose, and that is a part of your journey. It's interwoven in your life just as much as your dreams to live a beautiful, fruitful, abundant life on your own, or like your own personal dreams that are more like sacred to just you and how you want to feel and live on this earth. Those are just as important. There's just a feeling of all of it's important. And remember that, and know that this is all a part of your feeling fulfilled and satiated in your life, and feeling like happy, like feeling okay, feeling like I'm here, I'm doing what I'm meant to do. Like this calm, like I'm not letting anything go by the wayside here. I think things can change more quickly than you realize. I'm curious what the Seven of Swords and the Page of Cups, I wonder if those have anything to do with each other. Okay, so the Page of Cups is making me think of like finding day-to-day joys and just getting through the day and like finding little things to just bring you joy. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's beautiful that you can do that. There's a feeling with the Seven of Swords, like, and Seven of Swords is like something going unseen or like deceptive thought processing that disguises itself as like truth when really there's a deeper truth. And there's a feeling of when I get to this phase in my life, I'll work on my life purpose. But that's not really how your life purpose wants to be channeled through you. It wants, like, even if there's only one little thing you can do here and there, it still wants attention. And it needs that. It's like a snowball that wants to start rolling. And so even if it's these tiny minuscule steps that you're taking, those need to happen. And they will help you feel more satiated in general in your life. Like if there's this angst that you know that there's something you're meant to do, but you're not able to do, like, I think part of you're telling yourself you're not able to do it yet, but that's a lie. You are able to take little steps towards it. Yeah, there's something like that. So be aware of sneaky thinking like that and open your heart up to the little tiny breadcrumbs and the little ways that you can show up and do the thing. I think I mentioned this earlier. I think I had this exact message actually. And Knight of Pentacles over down here next to this Page of Swords, which is what I was talking about, like starting a new venture kind of thing. Knight of Pentacles is steady progress over time. And maybe this Eight of Wands can turn a little, like, not like a little imbalance where it's like, oh, well, I can't do it now because I want to make sure that I can do like a lot all at once. I can do a bigger thing, you know, and it's like, let's not worry about a lot happening at once. Let's just little things that add up. And then eventually that Eight of Wands will like come through and things will shift quickly. But that's because of over the course of a year or two, you've done enough over time that it has started to snowball. So yeah, that's kind of a little final message there. But ultimately, you're doing an amazing job. You are meant for so much, to create so much good. And yeah, it's just this reading's really deepening you into your purpose and remembering that purpose and remembering that you have power over that as a part of your creative process on your with your life on earth, and you can really truly make a change. So look for those opportunities to work towards that. Okay, I think that's it. I almost like want to pull like one final card for clarity. I'll pull one from the Prairie Majesty, or not clarity, like a final message. Once it's like we're not done yet, there's one last little message, it feels like. And it feels really nice. Carry, and then one more. And nest. Would more tenderness help with deer mouse and nest? And box turtle, what is always mine? Carry. Well, nest and turtle is making me think of home life, safety. The turtle with the shell, like his home is his shell. And that's a mobile home. So that could be significant to some of you, like a mobile home, like just like a home on wheels, or a backpack being your home, like travel. And in a message saying like you can still be a traveler, a mover, a vagabond, and still live out your purpose. Total opposite. The group number 2 was all about like you need more stability, and like it's like you're being called into this grounded home life. And this is kind of saying like, and take this as it resonates, but this is saying your home can be anywhere. It comes from within. Your stability and your structure comes from within, and you have every opportunity in your life to answer your calling in little ways here and there. The box turtle also is making me think of like slowness, steadiness. Slow and steady wins the race. Which is funny that there's a mouse because they're so like fast and like, I don't know. Seven of Swords for some reason kind of reminds me of a mouse too. Would more tenderness help? I don't know, just self-acceptance is coming through. Hello? Okay, I think that was meant to happen. My mom called me and just was like, I'm heading home. Do you need anything? Which I'm staying with my mom right now. And it was weird because when I first pulled these two cards over, I had like a mom vibe, like a mom, motherhood, motherly energy. And like, would more tenderness help? Maybe there's a message here about tapping into your inherent mothering qualities and turning them in on yourself in a way. But I really feel like you've done that. I feel like that's the process you've been in, and it's like reparenting yourself. And so I'm not sure, I'm trying to get to there's a message that wants to come through here and I'm having a hard time getting it for some reason. Something about healing and what is always mine. There's a feeling of the mother within and that mothering embrace always being available to you, even if it's in your own being. Mother Earth is really coming through, like this nurturing, providing, feminine, tender-hearted, like touch, like it's, There's just a mothering energy that's coming through for you right now, and reaching down to bless you and tell you she's still here, she's always been here, and she'll always be here, and you're so unconditionally loved, all parts of you. You're so beautiful inside and out, and if only you could see how beautiful you really are and how beautiful like she sees you. Mother Mary's coming through, or this could be a mother figure, but ultimately she's always with you and always guiding you and carrying you through. And one day she'll meet you. Like, I feel like two turtles meeting on this river. It's like one day you will be united or reunited. And take this as it resonates. It could be a mother who's passed away, or a motherly figure who's passed away. It could be a mother, just a mother even who's present, you know, who's alive and well and wants to remind you she loves you. And it could be Mother Mary, just however this resonates for you. She's here and available at all times. So always guiding you. That's it. That mom just wanted to come through for you. Okay, so thank you so much, group number 3. I'm honored by your presence, and I hope I see you in another reading. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply, I do have a Patreon where I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month, along with 1 infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing. There's a link down below if you're interested in that. You can also leave me a tip / buy me a coffee. You can check out my merchandise, which is adorable. It is my bee and flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it. You can check to see if I have any personal readings available. Check out my other infinite prayer sessions. And lastly, I do have another YouTube channel. It's called Soul Hearken. It is I know it's going to lead me to my purpose. It is my heart and soul in video form. If you'd like to check that out, there's a link down below for that as well. So again, thank you so much, and I hope I see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. My name is Krista, and I deliver the messages that help you to align to your soul's most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, my prompt is quite simple. It has to do with childhood, your inner child, or the children in your life. So it's kind of like, what would your inner child want to say to you? What would your inner child need to hear? Or what would the children in your life want you to know? So it's pretty wide ranging and pretty open, and we'll just see what comes through. So for the overarching theme oracle, I pulled from the Seasons of the Witch Litha oracle. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention your wild phlox flower. You chose the wild phlox. So the wild phlox is native to where I am, which is in the Midwest in the US. It is a prairie flower, and I believe it's really good for, I don't know why I want to say it's good for like the fertility of the soil. I could be wrong. That could be something else. The last time I picked wild phlox, it might have been a different flower. Anyway, I could be mistaken. But yes, nonetheless, it is native, and it symbolizes tranquility, harmony, and enduring love. So I'm going to put her right up here to be a presence for us during our reading. And your Litha oracle card is oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words right now. And there's this feeling of like, am I getting this wrong? Am I getting things wrong? Number 6 with cloud scrying, be still, for it's in the act of patience that guidance is met with clarity. 6 could be the age of your inner child that's speaking to you now, or the age of a child in your life that could want to speak to you. Be still, for it's in the act of patience that guidance is met with clarity. Okay, so this is giving, like with cloud scrying, it's like in the moment you least expect it, you will get the answers you need. So there's a call to not search for the answers, but allow yourself to just enjoy and let your mind wander and muse about. And there's this feeling of some clarity and just breakthrough coming in yeah, just the least expected moment. I'm going to go ahead and just get into the other oracles and see what else comes through. I'm going to pull from the Prairie Majesty oracle. All right, so you've got Soothe. Am I receiving peace with river? Yeah, like flowing like a river, letting yourself just kind of mosey along and just be calm and be peaceful and trust. And it's like a feeling of just letting go, surrendering, trusting the flow of life, and knowing you'll land exactly where you need to land. Dive. What is ready for action? Red-tailed hawk with dive. That's like the opposite of what I just said. But the feeling is right now you need to let go and surrender. And with dive, what is ready for action with the hawk, there are 2 messages that came through. One is when you get your epiphany. Okay, I have a cat wanting to come in. 1 second. Come on in, girly. All right, Winnie was here for group number 1, and she wants to be here for group number 4 too, which is kind of funny because 1s and 4s have really been speaking to me the last couple days. Which reminds me of the 4 of Wands card. I haven't gotten the 4 of Wands in any of these readings yet. That'd be so weird if we got it in this. But the 2 messages that were coming through the dive card was one, you know, once you surrender and let go and you enter into this flow, the insight will come, and when the time is right, you'll feel activated to take action on something. And that will lead to success. It's a feeling of if you just keep trying to take action and it's just going to be thwarted, and because the timing's not right, and it's just like if you just let go and surrender, you'll have that spiritual like ignition happen within you, and it will just take off, and that will be the right time. You'll know when the time is right. I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Gateway Oracle. Oh, the other message that came through the dive card is, it's making me think of like you being in that flow state and the epiphany, like diving in, and like you needing to be in that flow state for the answer to come. Otherwise, like the hawk, it's like a mouse that's out in a field in broad daylight, which this is a pretty bad analogy just because the hawk wants to eat the mouse, but you get what I'm saying. It's like you need to be like in this open, free state of being for this insight to like find you in a way. Because otherwise you're just all muddied up and you're trying to take action in other ways, and like you can't see like the forest for the trees. You can't see the answer when you're just like trying to control things. Okay. Let's get a couple oracle cards. Sorry, Winnie's just sitting on the counter cleaning herself. Sorry if that was like uncouth. I will, if I need to, I'll put her down, but for now she's okay. I just kind of trust. She shows up for a reason. I don't know, her presence wants to be here during certain times, and maybe there's like a childhood pet you had that wants to come through and give you comfort and just give you their presence. Or a pet who's passed on. Because, yeah, she's just like, yeah, I'm here. Wonder if there are any messages. Let me see if there's a message from a pet. Do you have any messages for group number 4, Winnie? Yeah, it's like a pet saying, like, I love you and I'm here for a reason. I've always been here. We were meant to cross one another's path. We were meant to be in each other's lives. Like a soulmate animal is a vibe. Like, and not only am I meant to teach you things, but I'm here for companionship. I'm here to be present in your life. That's the feeling. Or I was here to be, just to give you comfort. Be there for you when you need it. Is that what you're here for? What a sweetie. All right, let me get some of these cards. Let's get back into our reading. I guess that was part of it, but. Okay, so we've got, whoa, giving birth. I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. Wow, there's someone who looks like they're in some sort of womb space. It talks about giving birth, but it's like giving birth to yourself. Like a new you. Yeah, this dynamic energy. Huh. Okay, let's keep going because I need more context. And then revealing radiance. My light illuminates the world. Okay. Okay, you can stay for a few more minutes. Okay, I'm going to pull a few cards from the Floral Tarot while Winnie is here, and then I'll read a few of those in this little space I have. And then maybe she'll go down by herself, but if not, I'll remove her from the table. So what does group number 4 need to hear right now? I want to mix it up better. Let's mix the cards up better. So I'm moving to Canada in a couple weeks, and no longer will I have kitties in my readings, at least for a little while, until I figure out what I'm doing and I can actually bring my pets up there. But for now, they're going to stay with my mom, so I guess I should embrace her being here because this might be the last reading that she's present. Okay, so we have the Emperor, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there's this feeling like you're about to be called to action and embracing your power. And there's like a structured energy to it. Like you're creating something, like with the giving birth and revealing radiance. You're like unearthing something beautiful, but there's a feeling of like you have everything you need to birth this thing. Like it's so supported. Like the earth is so ripe for this to be like to flower or to bloom or to like grow and expand. Like everything's so perfectly ripe for it. And it's so secure. This new beginning, whatever it is you're birthing into, like everything feels so solid. It's inevitable at this point. Like we've come so far to the point that this can't not happen. Okay, man, she's so cute. I feel so bad to move her. Oh, goodness. You like this energy, baby? I know. All right, I think I'm going to read the cards and just hold them. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands, the Emperor, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, like Knight of Swords is very action oriented. In fact, Knight of Swords is a little bit like impulsive and can be a little, what's the word? Like, well, the word is not coming to me, so I don't think it's meant to be said. Reckless. But I really do think it wasn't meant to be said. Like, I don't think this is a reckless energy. We've got the Emperor here, which is, again, it's this grounded, solid energy, this safe energy. You are, how do I put this? Okay, I'm sorry, Winnie, you're coming down. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I feel so bad moving her, but it's just, I need more cards. I don't have the answers. I need more, so, okay. Okay, what else we got? Page of Swords, okay. The Star, which came out in group number 3. The Devil, 6 of Cups, and the Sun. Now Winnie's like, well, fine, bye. I will probably edit out so much of the delay there with Winnie being here. There could be some symbolism here, like just with it wasn't even like a unwelcome delay. It was this feeling of, oh, this like this beautiful cat is laying in front of me and she's so sweet and sleeping, and I just want to sit in her presence and I can't bear to move her, but I have to do this thing, you know. It's like almost like a guilty, there could be, if some of you are parents, there could be something you're being called to do, or just the work you're meant to do on this earth. Like, it could be a feeling of guilt for leaving a pet or leaving kids or leaving someone to go do something. But there's this feeling here of they're going to be okay and everything's going to be okay, and you're meant to do this. You're meant to create this. You're meant to follow your calling. You're meant to follow your dreams, and you're meant to shine. Or even, I'm getting the feeling of someone like with giving birth. It's like, I'm afraid to give birth to a new child because I'm afraid my existing child will get less attention or something. There's like a feeling like that, and that could relate to so many different things. It doesn't have to be children. And the Star being here in the center, the Star is about following your dreams and reaching for the stars, like reaching high and wide for what you want. You're an example. My light illuminates the world, revealing radiance. You're an example for others. No guilt. You're meant to shine. You're meant to fly high. You're meant to be seen. You're meant to take up space. You're meant to make a difference. There's something unique about you and the way you show up in the world with the Sun card here, where you're unapologetic about your, or at least you're like stubborn about your authenticity. Like, I'm not going to show up unless I feel completely authentic in who I am. And whatever backlash I get for that, or whatever judgment I get for that, I'm ready to take on, because this is who I am. This is the truth of my soul. And I know that others will recognize my light and identify with it, or at least, yeah, like recognize it. Like, there will be a feeling of kinship with the right people and inspiration. Like, I know that I'm meant to inspire others to reach for their dreams as well. The only thing that could hold you back and expanding and following your dreams and believing in your beauty and expressing yourself fully. This could be an artistic journey. This could be like just, there's a feeling ultimately of allowing yourself to exist in your beauty and in your truth and in your authentic light, and to breathe. Like there's like a light, airy breathing just of who you are, and you're just letting the world witness that. And you're unapologetic about that, and you're unafraid. It's just who I am. Take it or leave it. This is my truth. And those who need it will get it, because I'm not hiding it. The devil, because like the energy that's coming through is more like present moment energy. Like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to shine. I'm ready to show up. And the devil card feels like a past energy. Like you have overcome so many internal hangups to get yourself to this point, that it's like I've overcome so much internal judgment and shame that nothing external could bring me down or make me feel any certain way about myself anymore. So there's this feeling of audacity and like I'm just going to go out there and this is just who I am. Who cares? I only live as this human once. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be free. And you being an example to others, and if you have children, to your children or nieces, nephews, the children in your life, you being an example is really coming through really strongly. You are meant to do this. You are meant to shine unapologetically. Be free unapologetically. So I kind of want to get some more context, because this is just this beautiful light, like I'm being me no matter what. But like, what's deeper? There's something deeper here that wants to be revealed. So we're gonna get there. Let's pull these cards down. Okay, so what's deeper here? Why are they shining? Why is group number 4 shining their light unapologetically? What's going on here, and how is this a necessary message right now? What do they need to hear? How does this relate to their inner child or the children in their life? Ooh, we've got a couple cards. The Emperor again. Oh my goodness. The Emperor has come out a lot in these readings. That's a really good sign. I feel like a lot of people are finding stability and inner strength and inner power and the ability to provide for those they love and provide for the world in a positive way, and feel solid in that. So that's a beautiful sign for you and for the collective. Oh my God, shut up. Remember, I said the 4 of Wands hasn't come out, and I whenever I said, I was like, oh, it'd be so cool, crazy if the 4 of Wands came out in this reading. I thought, oh, just because I said that, it's not going to come out. But it came out. There's like a miracle feeling, like, oh, something you didn't expect to happen, like that you wanted to happen and you were trying to make happen, but part of you was like, oh yeah, probably not. That'd be the craziest like miracle or coincidence, you know. It's going to happen for you. There are so many beautiful things that you doubt that will still happen even amidst your doubt. So, Knight of Wands. Didn't we get... Oh, no, we got Knight of Swords. Oh, didn't we get the Knight of Wands? No, Knight of Swords. It's just funny because this dive card with the red-tailed hawk, what is ready for action? Like, that is a Knight of Wands energy. I mean, look at... They're both facing this way. That... And it's, like, right under that card. So, I don't know. You're really meant to... They're like, you're ready. I don't know what you're ready for, but you're ready for something. Like, that's what I'm trying to get. Like, what is group number 4 ready for? Like celebration, like 4 of Wands is like a celebration, a happy home. Okay, let's keep pulling. Okay, 7 of Swords. Yeah, well, that makes sense. I'm like, what is it? 7 of Swords is deception, something hidden. What the hell is this thing? 2 of Wands. Okay. That's like envisioning, looking forward. Okay. And Page of Pentacles, like a new material venture. One last card. And the Strength card. Okay. Starting to feel a little more settled. Like, okay, I can get this. Well, initially, there is this feeling of stability, structure, solidity, groundedness, peace of the body. Like feeling, I feel like it's like a feeling of like, I know I'm safe physically, spiritually, emotionally, like I'm safe mentally, like I'm safe on all levels. And it's rooted in my nervous system. Like it's connected to the earth. Like I'm in harmony just as the earth is in harmony. Like the earth's heartbeat is my heartbeat, and everything's perfect the way it is. I will always have everything I will always need. It's a law. You are going to be an inspiration for people to not only feel this deep sense of security and contentment that's in a holy way, because there's so much imbalance when it comes to how people attain wealth or resources, like the way we, just like our systems that are in place that have to do with that are very imbalanced, and they're exploitative. And you are someone who's gaining this, I don't know if I call it like abundance, this like kind of like wealth, like abundance, resources. Like you are going to be a fully resourced person, and you're going to do it in a way that's so in touch with the harmony of the earth and how she works. And so there's this feeling, actually, there's a message coming through about taking financial advice from the earth. Like taking a journal and going into nature and sitting with like a tree, or sitting with like just a forest, sitting by a river and asking the river, the tree, or the forest, you know, what is it that you would tell me? Like, what advice do you have for me about building wealth, creating stability and structure, creating a sense of home, or like building a home, you know, that, because money is, for me, and what I've come to understand, and I think I'm still integrating it, but money can be a natural thing. It's just been bastardized. It's something that existed originally inherently inside of us, but we've externalized it to make things more, like, I guess, easy in a way, to kind of like flow and to be more sovereign, so that we each had our own sovereignty around our personal power in a world that was already imbalanced, you know? So it's a good thing in response to the way things have been, and it can be used for good, and it can be acknowledged and witnessed for what it truly is, which is simply an externalization of our own inherent power. And so the earth is a part of that. And because money buys material resources, it's literally intricately connected to the earth. So I think the earth has a lot to say about money. And money being like a currency, being like a flow, and the earth having its own currency and state of flow and way of being. I think they could be interrelated within your own psyche to help you along this journey. And, or maybe you've already done that and you're either almost there or there in that state of security that comes from that deep wellspring of internal resource and that trust in the earth and trust in God and trust in who you are at your core and in your nature. You being an example of someone who's followed that path and was unapologetic about creating your wealth and structure from this place of reverence for the earth is going to be a beautiful example for the generations to come. And not only that, but it helps get the ball rolling. It helps shift the energy on earth. There's a truth and a strength in the way in which you interact with your wealth. There's a lightness. There's a detachment that's healthy. There's a recognition of your temporary nature. A knowing that you're only here to borrow, like you're borrowing your body, you're borrowing the earth. It's not yours to keep. It's not yours to cling to, because it's all temporary. That's part of the nature of being on earth and being a human. And there's a deep reverence for that truth that helps you live your life and helps you want to make a difference for the generations that come behind you, and helps you stay detached from, you know, your ego attaching to these like wealth, like statusy type just energies and ways of being. Like you're not really interested in that. I kind of want to do that exercise where I go into nature and ask for financial advice. I'm going to do that. I feel like a tree would have some good shit to say, or like a collection of, like a forest, like a collection of trees, because they all interact with each other. I don't know why. I just feel like they'd have some good stuff to say. All right. I think I kind of want to like part these cards and like pull one more tarot for right here. But I kind of want to mix these up. What you got for me? Okay. Here we go. Two of Swords. Okay. That's not what I expected. This could be coming full circle with that original message where we were talking about like if there's some action you need to take. And this could be now or in the future. This could be something to know, or this could, it kind of feels like now, like something that's going on now. And you being like, just in this mental conundrum about it. Like you're just like, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know what, like, but I know I need to make this happen, one way or another, or I need to make a decision about this. I need to take action on this. It's like, oh, I really want this to be taken care of now. And like, but there's this feeling of, fall into that flow, give yourself that space, let go. The answers will come. You're meant to live in this flow state. You're meant to be more in harmony with the earth. We don't have to control this. Okay, one more. Like, I feel like I'm missing something. Ooh, interesting. The Hierophant. Okay, so the earth is your teacher. That's the feeling. Ultimately, I think nature is going to teach you. And anytime you feel this stuck energy of, how do I move forward on this? I really want to make this happen, or I have this decision to make, or like anytime you feel stuck or like internally conflicted, nature is going to be the key and the answer. So this feeling of like the cloud scrying energy, like staring at the clouds, staring at the stars, walking through the trees, meditating with a tree, you know, like praying to a tree, praying to a forest, praying to a mountain. These natural beings are going to be able to teach you something and guide you. There's something there with like wealth building. I know that sounds so strange kind of, but it's like the earth wants to help teach you and wants you to teach, like be an example and teach others. And it's not only like you teaching, but it's like it doesn't even have to be teaching. It's like an alchemical process. Like your internal state is meant to align with the earth state when it comes to your finances, your money, and your provisional, like your material resources, and how you interact with that grid. And that, like, because there are other people who are more, they try to do like, they're more conscious of how they use their money, and they look at it this as this living currency that can create positive change and shift things. So you're going to be a part of that shift. It's like a collective shift, and I think you're being called to it. And in doing so, the benefit of that is you do get to exist in abundance. You get to create that in your life without taking from others. That's such a beautiful thing. It's such a blessing and a gift, and it just is inherent to who we are as human. That's what it is. And when you're there, you'll realize that. And again, you're breaking cycles, you're healing like ancestral stuff when it comes to that, ego stuff. You're expanding and connecting and plugging into the kind of like, it feels like a new earth, like that. I know it's like a buzzword, but like new earth in a way. It's like a new grid. It's a new financial reality that a collective of humans are, it's the new way. it's more harmonious. It's more in touch with the earth. It's not greedy. It's not lack filled. It's not clingy. It's not any of that. It just is. It's the natural, beautiful way. And so maybe this like feeling of like when you have this internal conflict and you taking actions in your life, and this could be about anything, and you being called to listen to nature, I think in a roundabout unconscious way, it's helping you with your abundance journey as well, even if it doesn't, like the issue at hand doesn't directly tie to that. A lot of times it will. But yeah, really, yeah, your relationship with the earth, Mother Earth, she's calling you in. Let's strengthen that, you know, like let's become a part of that and learn from her. Take opportunities to spend more time with her and learning about her. And I'm thinking of like groups that come together to, there's a lot coming through, but like there's someone who does these walks around where I live here in the Midwest in Illinois, and she teaches you, it's literally just a bike trail that's over by our lake here in this town. And there's this guide who will come, she's from out of town, but she'll come and do these little like medicinal plant or like edible plant, like little walks. And she'll teach you about which natural native plants are like you can harvest and you can use. And I find that beautiful. So learn more about the earth that surrounds you, like the land that surrounds you, and connect more deeply to her, and just return to earth is really coming through. Return to earth. You're part of that kind of cohort of humans that is returning, like rewilding and returning to earth. So don't be afraid to do that and seek out opportunities to do that. Okay, I think that's it. Group number 4. And I think that makes a lot of sense that you are group number 4, because 4 is that energy of stability and structure. And you did get the Emperor number 4. You got the 4 of Wands. You got the Emperor twice. That's number 4. Any others? Looking for more 4s. 2 and 2 is 4. I'm probably reaching, but I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's your message. 6 of Cups, I don't really think I touched on that, but I don't know. You're just meant to live in your beautiful, authentic nature, and you'll attract beautiful, authentic souls to you along the way as well. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, group number 4. I am honored by your presence. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply, you can check out my Patreon, where I offer 2 in-depth pick a flower readings every month, along with an infinite prayer, guided visualization, and Reiki blessing. You can check out my merchandise. It's super cute. It has my bee and flowers logo with the phrase "Hello, lovely human" on it. You can check to see if I have any personal readings available. You can leave me a tip / buy me a coffee, or you can check out my other YouTube channel. It's called Soul Hearken. It's my heart and soul in video form. Thank you again for being here, and I hope I see you in another reading. Bye.